I've got a thing or two to say to you, like the I've got a thing or two to say to you, like the Humpty Dumpty Doo.
Yeah, multiple chords there. It is actually quite popular, isn't it? Hello, my name's Robert Pembroke. I'm coming to you from the wonderful region of Tuscany. Just near the coast, in fact. Over here to my right is the Isola dell'Alba, the Alba Island where Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled for the remainder of his life. It's not pronounced Alba, it's Alba, okay? And it's not pronounced Isla, it's pronounced Isola. That's Spanish. Yeah, so I thought I'd, in this wonderful atmosphere of Tuscany, I thought I'd talk to you about the wonderful enigmatic sound of one Tiny Tim, a performer that I recall seeing on television as a child, in black and white TV by the way. We didn't have colour TV in Australia at that time. And he was like a ukulele player who could do a strange sort of eclectic mix of the barbershop sound and the falsetto, the alto voce or the high-pitched voice, yeah. And he was very popular. It was his trademark signature sound. Tiny Tim, he grew up in New York City, in Manhattan, and as a child of the 1940s, he wandered about like most children do the libraries. In fact, the New York City State Public Library, where he became quite the bookworm. And when he wasn't doing that, at home he'd listen to bulb radio. At that time, I guess they were kind of modelled on the Edisons or the Marconis in terms of the bulb radio design. And it had a unique sound, the bulb radio, in that you got that sort of, when you had a falsetto, it sounded a bit like an eclectic mix between barbershop and falsetto alto voce. It wasn't all that erratic in sound. It was quite kind of undulated, I guess quite uniformly, and he became fascinated by it, and that's how he developed his style of music. Gosh, that banana's huge, isn't it? I just realised that banana's huge. Yeah, he started off in a plaid suit as some sort of artifactual resonance with the days of vaudeville and Broadway in the world of, say, George Burns, wonderful performer himself, a great sense of timing and music and comedy. And so did Tiny Tim. He had quite a good timing with his unique voice. That's not unique, that's not a castrati voice, that's an alto voce voice, a high-pitched voice, yeah. And he made the most of it, and he came out of that, as I say, that vaudeville tradition, the Ethel Merman sort of don't say anything until the show's over, until the fat lady sings. That's how the saying goes, doesn't it? Yeah, so there was a fascination at the time with midgets and dwarfs, and fat ladies and bearded ladies and half man, half woman. The Elephant Man became a very famous movie, that sort of human shape anomaly that people find quite fascinating to look at as a spectacle in the circus or the carnival. So he emerges out of that in his performance, and he indeed first performed with midgets. And yeah, so he became quite popular. He made it onto television. I saw him first in black and white. I guess in retrospect, the thing that fascinates me the most about, apart from his unique style of performance, the thing that fascinated me the most was that you'd see Liberace perform, wouldn't you, at the time, and you'd see Tiny Tim perform, but I never saw them performing together. You never saw Liberace accompanying Tiny Tim, yeah? It's really interesting that, because it would seem natural, wouldn't it? But at the time there must have been a kind of social faux pas that would have been breached or something if he'd done so. I don't know exactly why it is. It might have been that it was just too effeminate or something. It really challenged one's sense of masculinity or machismo or something. Yeah, so anyway, he became rather popular, and his famous hit song was, that is Tiny Tim, was Tiptoe Through the Tulips. And what I'm going to do is, I've got a ukulele here that I made myself from a fence paling. What I'm going to do is perform for you Tiptoe Through the Tulips, and I'm going to try to approximate a type of alto voce, but it won't be like of the pitch of, say, a castrati or something. I don't think Tiny Tim could get there either with that either. I don't think people really know exactly how castrati sounded. Anyway, so I'll give it a go, eh? See you in a minute. Hello, my name's Robert Pembroke. I thought I'd sing for you Tiptoe Through the Tulips, a very famous song by the wonderfully enigmatic and mysterious falsetto on the ukulele, none other than the wonderful Tiny Tim. And I thought I'd give it to you on my fence paling ukulele that I made recently. So let's see how it goes, shall I? I'm a bit rough with this. I only just got this actually. Made it myself. Okay. I guess I'll tiptoe through the window, by the window. That is where I'll be. Oh, tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe through the garden, by the garden of the willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips with me. Knee-deep in flowers we'll stray, we'll keep the showers away. And if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, will you pardon me? Oh, tiptoe through the tulips with me. Thanks very much. It isn't very loud. If I put a pickup on it, it would probably work better. See you later.